Hey there, fifth graders. Welcome to another video lesson. Today we're looking at doing something a little bit different. I am giving some special paper to your teachers and hoping that they can get that to you. And when you're at school here, you can work on this. But I do need this paper back. If you do mess up or you do not have access to the paper, this is a project to not use an art card for. What you'll need is a regular piece of paper, and that paper needs to be 8 by 10 inches. So here's an example of the paper that I can provide if possible, and it measures 10 inches by 8 inches, and that's what I need. So if I have a piece of paper that is bigger than that, I simply take my ruler and measure 8 inches at the top. So I measure 8 inches here and I make a little pencil mark. I measure 8 inches here, I make a little pencil mark. And what I'm going to do then is I connect those marks and I make a line. So that means that this is 8 inches. I need to go the other direction and get the 10-inch mark, and it is right here because this is 8.5 by 11 inch. So I'm actually shaving it 1 inch and a half an inch off. So there's my line here. And then I simply cut here and here, and this is how big that it will be, the paper that we need to make. Okay. I am going to use an art card just for the quicker demonstration here today. What we're doing is called Arts Remember, and it is that company that does this stuff. You'll make the drawings, I'll send it in, and they can put your drawing on a coffee cup or a canvas or a tile or dog tags or a notebook or a button or a t-shirt and a water bottle, a lot of different things. And it will be all online this year, so there will be no problems with that. And you'll just get a code, and your parents can get that code, go online and see all your artwork on different things, and you can see what it will look like. And then they can purchase if they so choose to. So what I do typically is I come up with some ideas. And for fifth grade, I've had great success with these abstract sunset pictures like this. So you might want to hit pause right here, and you can look at all of them and you piece them together and make the design that you want to do. Now, if you have nice watercolors at home, I suggest it, but you do not want to use any kind of other kind of paint. If you want to use colored pencils, that's fine. If you want to use crayons, that's fine. But you do want to make sure that you take up the entire space. So I'm going to look at the picture here, and I'm going to piece together a couple different of these designs and to kind of create my own. So I'm going to do some waves, and on the waves I'm starting in the center of the wave. I'm going to make a second wave. Here's 2 waves. And then on this one picture there's a 3rd wave, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, there's 3 waves. Next, I'm going to draw a line. It's kind of like the water that's far away. And then I'm going to draw some chunks of land that's far away as well. So there it is. So this is land, and then this is the water. I'll put some more lines in the water here. And then I'm going to make a large bump. That is my sunset. And from that sun, I'm going to make lines that are going away from the sun. And just like that, I'm ready to introduce color. Now, I'm going to put a couple lines here so that way you realize that these lines are going to be wavy, horizontal here. That's the water kind of flowing a little bit here in my water. So then, I'm ready to color. Now, when you're doing the color, you can do this kind of how you like. I'm going to try to do a little gradation. I'm going to start with some orange. I'm going to gradate a little bit of orange. So the top of my sun is going to be a deep orange, and gradate in. Then I'm going to take some golden yellow. I'm going to push that really hard here on the bottom part of my sun. Something like that. Next, while I'm at it, I am going to look at these pieces of grass and ground, and I'm gonna, each one I think I'm gonna kind of do a little bit separate, so they're not all gonna be the same green. I'm gonna try to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so here's what I came up with. And then I'm going to use a dark green next for these hills. Just want to keep it interesting looking. I'm coloring it hard here. That area in between here. Okay. There's my grasses. Okay, now back to the sunset. I'm going to push a little bit of red at the top of my sun. Gradate down a little bit. And then I'm going to do sections. I'm going to do some red, and then I'm going to skip one. I'll do red again, and then I'll skip one. Red again. I'm doing a little gradation too. We'll see how this works out. I'm just giving it a shot here. Colored pencils or watercolor would probably work easier. What I'm also going to do at the end is I'm going to use a black and I'm going to outline everything. If I were to use watercolors, I would outline everything before I started putting the color down. Next, I'm going to start doing some, I'm going to do this yellow, and then I'll do orange over top of all of them. Doing a little bit of yellow in the red too. The nice thing about the art card is I can work faster, but this is not an art card drawing, as it needs to be a certain size for this company because they photograph it and make it digital so that way they can show you what it will look like on different items. I'm going to use some orange now and use some orange, mix it with this yellow, and I'm going to kind of be grainy and put some lines on there because it is kind of like sun rays. And I'm going to put some lines in the red part too with that orange over top. I'm sorry. Then I'm ready for the water. In the water I'm going to use some purple, some dark blue, some light blue, and I'm going to try to work from dark to light. So I'm just going to choose sections and I'm going to do it, color it in. Try to color it neatly. Gradations. Coloring in some sections here with a light blue here. Next, I'm going to use dark blue. I'm going to identify where it's really important that I have that blue. So I'm almost kind of going on either side of my light blues, kind of. because it's water and I definitely don't want to have a whole lot of purple in here. I need to help protect and make sure that the water, the light blue water, is going to show up. This is a time that I don't want to mess around with purple or pink or anything. I kind of want to have a lot of blues. And then that last, I can mess around with that, with those kind of interesting looking highlight looking colors. Okay. That was cool. Now I'm going to kind of just touch a little bit with some purple, just for the interesting. The white is kind of nice because sometimes you'll get that shine on the water. So I kind of threw down a little bit of purple so I have less white showing. I've got a little bit of a pinkish color. With the sunset, there might be some colors reflecting off the water. So I kind of threw down a little bit of a pinkish color in that water. And then what I'm going to do is I want to outline everything with a black. All my pencil lines. It's just going to kind of make it all pop, because what I'm making here is kind of an abstract, and it's okay. It's not like it's real looking. It's kind of stylized, so the black is okay. Kind of like cartoons are stylized. It's a simplified image. So I'm making the waves, all outlining all those pencil lines that I did earlier. And then all those lines that I colored around, just going around them. See how it works. And in the water, I'm going to make some lines with the black in the water too. Fill it in, make it all seem to flow together. And I like it. I like it. So here's mine. And then it's very, very important that on the back we write our first name, our last name, our grade, our teacher's name. I just noticed something. I'm going to put some designs inside the hills in the back here. I'm just putting some black lines in there. Just a style looking. So your name, your teacher's name, your grade, and then I have to take them and put a special sticker on the back, so that way they understand which way that the picture needs to be when they put it on things. So that's part of the directions. So I just look forward to your participation, and this is something that has to be done soon, so that way I can ship it off and have it. They need time to put it all together. So best of luck.